Let's talk to Roy.
Uh-huh. How you doing on them jelly beans, kid?
I got him.
Wonderful. Good job, kid. Looks like they're all here, too. The goblins didn't eat any?
It's a long and weird story.
Well, never mind then. You done a swell job, kid. I've only got one more jar of jelly beans missing that was stole by a gang of damn hippies.
Why'd they take him?
Heck, who knows what a hippie's thinking? Ain't that the truth? All I know is they took off headed south and a little bit west. To the Shroom Cave.
Alright, I'll be back.
You can never, ever know what hippies are thinking.
I suppose not, but if you listen to their songs, you might figure it out.
We can ask your dad. Wasn't he like a hippie in the 70s or something?
I mean, I don't know. He had like long hair and smoked a lot of weed, but that was just being a teenager in the 70s, I think, so... He is slightly... My dad was born in the mid-50s, so I think...
He's the right age for it.
Well, it's like, I guess... Like, he was... like, you know, the real hippie generation thing was like while the Vietnam War was ongoing.
I guess.
And he's a bit too young for that, I think. He was like a young teenager then, so...
But he was, and it was Germany, so obviously maybe a different culture than the US as well.
Well...
Wasn't he accused of being a terrorist and stuff?
Well, yeah, the thing is we had the RAF, the Rote Armee-Fraktion, the Red Army faction, that was a terrorist group. And obviously they were counterculture looking kinds of people, and because, you know, German police is just about as great when it comes to, I don't know, like subgroup profiling and stuff like that, where it's like, oh, you're part of the counterculture, which is like every single young person ever. Yeah. So when the RAF, they abducted Martin Schleyer, the minister for, I think it was like labor.
Didn't they kill him as well?
They did end up killing him, but they abducted him, and someone was like, they saw like, you know, people driving off with him like in a white van, and so my dad was driving his dad's work van around with a white van, and so they stopped him at like machine gun point or whatever, dragged him out of the car and searched it. So yes.
What if it turns out it really was him?
It was not him. They know who did it.
I think we're at the point of the game now where it expects you to have more stats in your main stat.
Well, it's something not in your main stat, but not in their side stat. And I have like 13 in my main stat.
Well, I'm just saying, maybe we should put some EXP into just bumping up your main stats.
But I can't be expected to level all 3 main stats. Like the main stats, you use one of them primarily. You just can't solve every puzzle with every build, I think.
Well, I'm just saying the numbers are a bit higher than they were before we got to the west side of the map. So it seems like the game is expecting you to at least put some points in all of your stats. Oh well.
Yeah, I still don't think I should have 30 in all of them.
Alright.
I should have like 30 or so in one of them.
Let's look.
I do, sorta.
Yeah.
I can actually level up my muscle one more. Oh, I did! I just drank a thing that gives me minus points, so...
Alright.
What does Alice want?
Oh.
Howdy, Doc.
I remembered I had this book about the mushrooms with me. You better take a look at it if you're gonna be fooling around with these things. The wrong ones can mess a body up real bad.
Mycology, your ecology. It's a book about mushrooms, printed on paper, which is made from trees, which mushrooms sometimes grow on. Really makes you think.
Oh my god, teaches you about all kinds of mushrooms. Well, thanks, Doc.
Oh, sure, don't mention it.
Yeah.
Well, I can't just end a conversation there, which is a bit weird. Well,
The book is right there.
I'm gonna read it.
There you go. Passing fair mycologist. Oh, you can identify useful or dangerous mushrooms.
Alright, mush.
And then you misplace it.
While musing about mushrooms.
Cool.
All
so
right.
what about these mushrooms on the outside?
Well, they look dangerous.
Well, maybe.
But uninteractable, actually.
Oh, but there's a bush here. Local weed.
Local weed?
Yeah.
All right. Oof.
Big old shroom cave.
I can't interact with those either.
How sad.
That's so weird.
Maybe. Oh.
Ah!
Aha! There's one. Oh, it's smoking. Oh, you recognize this? It is the extremely hallucinogenic, lactarious, dirty hippica. Oh, you don't have the proper tools.
I will probably find tools.
What is the proper tool for harvesting mushrooms?
I don't know. A knife?
That would be something. Anyway.
Ah.
Nope, can't harvest that one either. I guess we just gotta... Ooh, there's a bag.
Do you think the hippies are just stoned off of these mushrooms and that's why they took the jelly beans? Because they were high and needed a snack?
No, I don't think that's gonna be it. I think it's gonna be something weirder.
Okay. A very dirty knapsack.
It's a mushroom map. What's that?
It contains some loose bits of granola and some very, very dirty clothes. Oh, and a map.
Well, you have to go to your inventory and read it, I guess. Ooh, this map is labeled Shroom Locations. It shows a weird convoluted trail leading to a big X. You recognize the X as this very cave. The dotted line originates at a little picture of an army fort. That's probably worth investigating. The Fort of Darkness. That is exciting. Oh, it's a sleeping hippie. It's probably a sleeping hippie, right?
So cultist?
It's totally zonked
out.
The cultist is muttering and twitching in his sleep. Mushroom crumbs litter the floor around him.
Loot his belongings.
There you go. You grab everything that isn't nailed to him. A skeleton bone, human ashes, and a burned scroll.
Okay.
Are these like necromancers or something?
I think so. Maybe they're not hippies at all.
Maybe. Hell cow energy. The scroll is in bad shape and you can't really make out anything new, but you are convinced this must be another clue to the whereabouts of the necromancer. You stick the scroll into your journal.
I should check that out.
Oh no, the necromancer's journal. You can check that out now. It's in your inventory. Yeah, read it. A collection of your necromancer clues. The robe receipt you found has let you determine that the necromancer's lair is west of the mountains, which we are in right now, west of the mountains. And now you found the cryptic note about hellcow energy. The necromancer's lair must be somewhere near a powerful source of it, but you don't know where such a source is.
Rats.
Don't have enough clues yet to find the necromancer.
Alrighty.
Can you keep going?
No.
Oh, so I guess you just backtrack to the Fort of Darkness, which is where the hippies originated from.
Huh.
Okay.
Maybe there I'll even find
A tool.
the tool to harvest.
A mushroom harvesting tool.
Okay, so there's the Fort of Darkness, not far from here.
No. Oh, ooh, nice. Turns out to be the old Kellogg Sanatorium. You remember reading about this place in the papers. Crazy guy, obsessed with bodily and spiritual purity, charging rich people an arm and a leg to eat bad food for a few weeks. Now, this is probably a reference to the actual Kellogg's cornflakes thing, because I'm not sure all you Americans out there know this, but you know that whole thing about snipping off a piece of your dick? That you Americans do?
And think it's part of your culture or something.
That you think is part of your culture, but actually isn't. It hasn't been a part of American culture for all that long, just like 3 or 4 generations or so. It was actually Old Man Kellogg, owner of the Kellogg's Cornflakes Company, who was also a crazy Puritan and whatnot. And
he thought it made you stop masturbating?
Yes. He was the one who introduced circumcision Not particularly for religious reasons, probably that too, but also with the express intent to make sex less enjoyable as a way to make people stop masturbating. So, I mean, Jews do it for religious reasons and stuff like that, but like, it's never been part of like Christian culture. And if you look at other Christian countries in Europe and stuff like that, we're all like, no, we don't do that. And neither did you up until like, I don't know, 50 or 60 years ago, something like that.
I know.
You think it's longer?
Yeah, no, I said I know, it's bizarre. It's a bit longer than that. I think it was like the 30s or 40s, but...
Alright, so maybe 70 years or so. And it was definitely based on this sort of like bodily and spiritual purity. So all that nonsense you hear growing up about that it's done for like hygienic reasons and stuff.
It's
not. It's super not.
Like, guys, if you're circumcised, you still have to clean your dick. I'm just putting this out there. Like, it has no hygiene value. You still gotta wash, whether that skin is there or not.
And it's not like that skin is preventing you from doing it. It's like washing your dick isn't hard. If you can't do it, then there's something very weird going on. It's funny, and I've also heard like the argument of like aesthetic reasons, where it's like, oh, but it looks nicer.
Does it?
Does it though? It's like, yeah, foreskin, ew, icky, it looks weird, it's gross. And because I mean, here's my counter argument, right? Saying that like, oh, a dick with foreskin, ew, gross. I'm gonna say a dick without foreskin it's still ew, gross. Just it's like either you think a dick is gross or you don't.
Yeah, and it's like they look weird no matter what. I mean, it's like it's hard for me to judge, right? I'm European, so I've only ever seen uncircumcised ones. So in real life, I guess. But yeah.
And I've heard horror stories about like just in hospitals when kids are born, it's just done routinely, like
my mom had to my brother was born in New York, and she had to even though they said beforehand they didn't want to do it, they still basically had to grab him and be like, do not mutilate my child, thank you. Because
they do it like immediately, the same second that they plop out.
Yeah,
just cut off the dick.
The assumption is just that you want it done, and yeah, really weird. Anyway, let's keep heading where we're heading for now, but then we're gonna check out the Kellogg's Ranch.
I think the Kellogg Ranch is probably gonna be pretty fun.
Fort of Darkness.
Yeah, hippie camp, obviously. Why is the hippie camp called the Fort of Darkness?
I don't know. All of these cannons have flowers stuck in the barrels, so...
What's the thing about...
Hippie necromancers?
Hippie necromancers? What's the thing?
I don't know.
Is it hippie necromancers? Can you go up there?
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't...
Nice view.
Didn't see anything new. Sometimes you get like new locations, but no, not this time.
Alright.
Oh.
Stoned hippies.
Uh-huh. Want to talk to him?
Yeah.
This young lady is dressed in fancy, expensive traveling clothes, though hardware has made them dirty and ragged. Also, her pupils are about the size of teacups.
Wow. Hi, new face. My name's, one sec. Irene.
She giggles.
Everyone here just calls me Mushrooms, so I forget sometimes.
Yeah. Howdy, Irene. I'm Annie. What's your story?
Oh, not much to tell. I was hitchhiking to Frisco a few months back. I stopped here and never got around to continuing, you know. We're like a big happy family here, and everyone's so nice and appreciative of how I know so much about mushrooms.
Mushrooms?
Uh-huh. They're good for all kinds of things. if you know which ones to pick. If you want, I can sell you a few of my favorites. I have a spare pair of mushroom pliers, too, if you want to pick your own.
Okay, cool.
Do want mushroom pliers.
Would you like to buy a mushroom? Or a pair of mushroom pliers?
Well, I want pliers.
Yeah. Mushroom plucking pliers.
Here you go. I'd share the location of my secret mushroom hunting cave with you, but I lost my knapsack with my map in it. And I don't think I could explain how to get there, just like in, words. Good luck, though.
But you find the cave with the thing in it. It's...
Yeah.
It's a pair of delicate pliers designed for picking mushrooms without knocking loose all of the important spores and stuff. Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, we can't afford to buy a mushroom,
But I can pick my own mushrooms.
Yeah.
You seen any jelly beans?
I had some jelly beans recently. I don't quite remember. Oh, they were in my lounge.
Where's your lounge?
I don't quite remember. It's only there part of the time anyway.
What?
I don't know.
Alright.
No thanks.
Okay. Who this guy? He's selling boots? This guy seems to be in a daze. Looking around uncomprehendingly at the boots and cobbler's tools around him.
Hi there, these are some pretty cool boots you made. Are they for sale?
Huh? Oh, no. I mean, I'd like to sell them to you, but they aren't mine.
You didn't make them?
It's funny how everyone assumes that, but no, these were all made by elves.
Elves?
Yeah, man, like little elf guys. They're hard to see, they're just out of the corner of your eye, you know. But I'll be just kind of standing here and just kind of... And then I'm like, oh, hey, got another pair of boots in my hands. Guess the elves made some more boots.
Huh.
I haven't made a pair of boots myself in, I don't know, like a year? Years? Something. These elves keep making them, though. I don't know why. It's weird.
Okay.
I think it is him making them.
Yeah, I think so too. I feel like maybe we shouldn't eat any of these. You seen any jelly beans?
Jelly beans? Weird. No, I haven't seen anything like that. Ask the elves, maybe.
I'll give that a shot. You know anything about Irene's lounge?
He glances nervously at Irene and lowers his voice to a whisper. No, I don't really talk to her much. The elves don't trust her.
Gotcha. Can never be too careful, I suppose.
Yeah.
You should open up a boot store.
Huh?
A store? To sell your boots in?
Oh, they're not mine, though. They're...
Right. The elves. But the elves can't be making them just for fun, right? I think they're making them so you can sell them.
Oh. Huh. Yeah, that makes sense.
There's a town called Dirtwater. You could open up a really nice shop there.
That's a pretty long trip. But like, it'd be dangerous. I'd be worried the elves wouldn't make it, you know.
I'll let you know if I think of anything. Alright.
We gotta think of something to get this guy to Dirtwater.
Jeez. Oh my god, more hippies. And bones?
And bones?
Give me bones. And... Hi, I'm Annie.
Salutations, Annie. They call me the Talking Dude because of my extensive knowledge of the principles of philosophy and the arguments and conundrums surrounding its various aspects and interpretations.
I bet that's not why they call you that.
Can I interest you in the discussions of the particulars of courtesy and philosophy, Annie?
Are we talking like... Because this is the Fort of Darkness. Are we talking Heart of Darkness, Kurtz?
No, we're talking Kurt's fit.
Yes, but also the Fort of Darkness, Heart of Dark. I feel like maybe we're You seen any jelly beans?
Well, first we must take care to define our terms. What does it mean to see jelly beans? And what if what I see as jelly beans are different than what you see?
Cut the crap before I cut it for you.
No, I have not. But I do know that Irene, the newest and dare I say the most delightful of our little clan, is particularly fond of them. You might ask her. So, what about that Kurtzian philosophy?
Do you know where Irene's lounge is?
I have been there, but for some inexplicable reasons, I was never invited to return. Oh, man.
Inexplicable.
I would self-actualize by returning on my own, but I don't remember where it was, and Todd will not tell me. It is quite frustrating. So what about that Kurtzian philosophy?
Fine.
The talking dude begins, and you immediately tune out. Blah, blah, blah. The meaning of life, blah, blah. Allegory of the cave, blah.
I understand completely.
Blah, blah. Dialectical materialism, blah. Dispositional and current belief, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Free will, blah, blah.
You keep him talking with the subtlest of body language. Of course.
Blah, blah, but that's begging the question, blah, blah, blah. But Descartes? Is that it?
Yeah, Descartes.
Said blah, blah, blah.
Your posture alone is enough to keep him talking.
Yeah, he's already said dispositional and current belief.
I just wonder, is this ever gonna stop?
We can try. Ontological argument. Oh my god.
I agree. Feign interest. I just wonder how long.
Ooh, tautology. Meaning of meaning.
But what is reality?
Ah, there we go. Hedonism is the only choice. Oh, now you are a Kurtzian philosopher. Whoa.
Wow.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk away now.
Therefore, Zeno is a terrible golfer. Yep. Plus 10 mysticality.
Alright.